like to thank the grace of heaven, virtues of masters, the mercy of our grand predecessors, and all transmitters, and every one of you for giving me this opportunity to learn to speak in this class on the sixth admonitory sermon of Lao-Mu for her children. Okay, so the title of this sermon is called Manifest the Brilliance with the Guidance and Help from Heaven. So Lao-Mu says, Lao-Mu is our heavenly mother or God. So for those that doesn't know the terminology of Lao-Mu, okay. So Lao-Mu says, the clear, round, shining, spotless, and priceless heavenly bright pearl is the gift for my children. Every sentient being is equal to own it. Today, I am giving instruction to teach sentient beings the value and preciousness of this precious pearl and to show the way returning home. I am here to instruct the answers and wish all my children can be on your way of enlightenment sooner. I, the Creator, am leading the Buddhas descending to the secular world. All my children are standing on both sides, quietly listening to my instructions. So when Lao-Mu says the clear, round, shining, spotless, and priceless heavenly bright pearl, that is our one point of transmission from our enlightening master, Jigong Buddha. Okay? And every sentient being, okay, is qualified to own it. So it's up to each individual if they want this or not. So like all things that come easy to us, we tend to take it for granted. So if we remember in the old days, this one point of transmission was passed from one person to another only if they cultivated themselves very well and proved that they are worthy enough to receive it. And those people treasure it, okay? But today it comes so easy to us. So many people receive it, and yet how many true cultivators are there, right? So now Lao-Mu will point out in this sixth sermon how we can return back to heaven and how we can all reach enlightenment. Tao is the unique true way. The great principle is the ultimate true principle. It is also the true heavenly decree of Ming Ming Sangdi. Ming Ming Sangdi is another term for God, okay? The Almighty God. A Tao cultivator needs to be true-hearted and sincere, to practice according to the true principle so that you can reach deeper understanding and accomplishment. A deceitful heart and pretentious, deviant thought will cause great mistakes. Thus, you should be cautious all the time, just as if you are standing near a deep abyss or as if you are treading on thin ice. Okay, so this Tao that Lao-Mu, okay, bestowed on us is the true principle, okay? So the Tao is true, the principle is true, and heaven's mandate is true. So we should all cultivate totally with sincerity from our true heart and mind. And we should not have any devious thoughts. If we do have devious thoughts, we will be, okay, end up in who knows where. So always be cautious of our mind. Whatever is in our mind, some people put it into action. So our mind is the most important. Okay, so always be cautious. We are still humans, so we will have negative thoughts in our mind. But if we are aware and cautious, we will turn it immediately into a positive thought instead of following that negative thought. And plus, when we think negatively, there will be negative energies around us. Okay, so what do we want? We want positive energy, right? Mm-hmm. So this way, all the Buddhas will protect us and all good fortune will follow us. Okay. The sixth admonitory sermon for my children is to wish that all of you can speed up the process of propagating Tao. Spread the Gospels and ring the golden bell to awaken the confused and foolish sentient beings. I miss my children in the secular world so much, and my heart is as earnest as burning fire. I am much worried about your confused hearts that fail to understand my mood. Do not listen to my advice and put aside the letters written by me without even looking at them. Okay, so we must really study this 10 admonitory sermon from Lao-Mu, because Lao-Mu is so worried about all of us, okay, that we are foolish and confused, that we do not follow the Tao. So Lao-Mu miss all of us because we are all her children, okay? So Lao-Mu is praying that we are following and cultivating and doing what we should be in the Tao, so that this way we do not become foolish like all the other people that are not even learning or cultivating. Okay, so by propagating the Tao, we can also spread it to other people, and there are lots of people in this world that haven't received yet. So we must do our best to propagate the Tao. It is really difficult to guide and teach those who are numb and have lost their conscience, and those who are foolish and stubborn. I have come to the secular world several times, and I used every way I could think of, exhausting my mind and spending all effort to work hard, intending to perform this final salvation well. However, it was really very difficult, and I did not know what to do then. So I sent all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to descend and be born into the secular world again, making every effort trying to awaken the lost children. However, the effects are limited. Even all those heart-inspired letters written by me were still in vain. So this 10 admonitory sermon is not the first time that Lao-Mu had given to us. Okay, Lao-Mu had tried so many different times and so many different ways to awaken all the lost children, and yet nobody still take her seriously. A lot of times we read it and we forget it, or we don't read it and we don't take it seriously. All right, so we must really study this hard and follow the way that Lao-Mu is guiding us. So Lao-Mu tried everything. So she even sent all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas to come down and to help us to be awakened. And yet, still everybody is still so lost. Okay. Anybody want to add anything? Okay. If anybody want to add anything, just speak up. I, Lao-Mu, am so sad that the voice of my heart is crying loudly. I keep thinking over and over again. The tears are falling down continuously like rain, not knowing what to do next. I feel that I would like to say, well, forget about it. Just let it be. I had better stop the Tao transmission. No more guiding and teaching these sentient beings. However, I could not bear to give up my children. My sad tears are running down. Thus, I made an attempt again, writing the 10 admonitory sermons in person as instruction to awaken my children. Do wake up quickly from the cage of the secular world. So Lao-Mu called this the cage of our secular world, because we're all bound by all these desire, all these forms in this world that we still have not awakened. Okay, so Lao-Mu is crying and crying for us, because we are all her children, and she is grieving because we are not doing what we are supposed to do. Okay, she can't give up. Okay, just like everybody else, after so many attempts, a lot of times we would just say, forget about it, right? So she has thought about it just by saying, forget about it. I'm going to take back the heaven's mandate, so forget about it and let it be. But she can't, because we are all her children. Okay, she feels for us. So she tried another attempt with this 10 admonitory sermon. Speaking of all the good deeds in this world, filial piety is the most important. How can you be called noble Tao or true cultivators if you fail to put filial piety into practice? I wish all my children would not lose their feelings of filial piety for me. Those who really take notice of my advice and practice it can be called virtuous. It is not necessary for me to spend effort, wholehearted giving, and repeating advice if you are really a filial child. You should understand my heart and intention and help to release my worries. Be a good model from now on, learning about and cultivating Tao. So, we all heard about filial piety, right? Most of us have attended the Dharma class. So filial piety is love, respect, okay, to our parents. Not only to our parents, but also to Lao-Mu, because she is our spiritual mother. So we must be filial to Lao-Mu. Don't forget that. How do we be filial to Lao-Mu? By following the Tao, following the principles, and practicing what we learn from the principles. Okay, this is how we can be a good model for other people to learn from us, and so to cultivate Tao, and so we can also guide them. Okay, so we must also carry the mission diligently. We're all here because we're all here on a mission, and that is to save all sentient beings. So never forget our mission, and never forget that is our goal in this world. You are thinking of the mercy of Lao-Mu. At the same time, you need to think of the mutual affection for your sisters and brothers. Everyone is the child of Lao-Mu. You are all sisters and brothers. You need to save them as soon as possible. However, before you save them, you need to make your mind righteous and cultivate yourself. Then you can make yourself into a model and guide others. You set an aspiration for yourself at your own will. You need to help others to set sky-high aspirations as well. This is the base of cultivating heavenly Tao. Whatever the realm you want to achieve, you have to help others to achieve it as well. Use this kind of mind to guide the confused and lost sentient beings. Okay? We are all brothers and sisters in this world because we are all God's children, and they make us all siblings spiritually. Okay? So, because we are all children of Lao-Mu, we must try to save everybody, not only ourselves. So we must first, okay, cultivate ourselves, establish ourselves, and to also help others establish. Just like in the essence of Tao, if we recall, one of the lines was to establish oneself, also to help others establish. We not only think of ourselves, we must help ourselves to establish, be a role model, and help others to establish. Okay? If we only establish ourselves and not to help others, we will have to reincarnate again. Okay? So we will become an arhat, not a bodhisattva. Okay? Those who were awakened first should help to inspire others to become awakened, so that everybody can go ashore at the bank of enlightenment. Being a senior, you need to kindle your spirit to teach and guide the juniors until they are able to be awakened, to realize, and to perfect themselves. There is a beginning to guide people to receive Tao, and there is an ending to guide them to cultivate Tao until they can return to heaven at the end of their physical life, to saving people's lives. Only when they are all returned to heaven can it be called a success, perfect, and does our mission end. Thus you can become a person of outstanding ability. You guide a person to receive Tao. You also need to help him to reach the accomplishment of returning to heaven. Then everyone can have perfect accomplishments. This also matches the intention of Lao-Mu. Do not ignore him or not be concerned about him after he has received Tao. Instead, you need to make more effort to guide him wholeheartedly or the way. Okay. So when we bring people to receive Tao, that is only the first step. Our job does not end with just bringing people to receive Tao. Our job is continuous, never ending. And it is to encourage people to come to class, encourage them to cultivate, encourage them to practice what they learn. That our job does not end until that person becomes enlightened. So in other words, we need to enlighten those, and we also need to enlighten those who have not been awakened yet. Okay? So as seniors, we have to be vigorous in helping and guiding the juniors. Okay? So we must save people from beginning to the end. Our job, it does not end halfway. Our job has to be complete. And that is, by completing the job, that is fulfilling Lao-Mu's wish. Now the timing has come for the most critical moment. Everybody should hurry up and make more efforts to build up merits and cultivate virtues. Go everywhere to propagate Tao. Sow the seeds. Develop the wonder of this great Tao and spread the seeds of Tao wide. March forward, cultivate your wisdom and spirit diligently, and then there will surely be beautiful fruit in the future. If you hesitate and do not move forward, or move too slowly to miss this wonderful opportunity, your cultivation will be in vain and without good substantial result. Okay, so this time is critical and urgent now. We never know how long we can still have this heavenly mandate in this world. So we have to act fast and to cultivate our virtues and to earn merits, and most importantly, to propagate the Tao worldwide. If we have family elsewhere, we can gather them together and we can report to the seniors and go with a transmitter to bring the Tao to them wherever they are. No place in this world is too far or impossible. Okay, nowhere. We just brought the Tao to Holland and Germany. Okay, so it's on the other side of the world. So don't think, oh, they're too far. No, we cannot think like that. This Tao we can propagate everywhere and anywhere. Okay, so if we move too slowly, or we are still foolish, we are still in La La Land, then by the time the time this world ends, it will be too late for us to cultivate and to fulfill our vows. So wake up, everybody, okay? The time is up. Set your alarm to ring that bell every single day to wake us up, okay? To cultivate heavenly Tao is an action available to everybody. Everyone can be successful so long as the way of cultivation and practicing is correct. There is no discrimination between the rich and poor, man and woman. Everyone should cultivate and propagate Tao thoroughly. Poor people may donate their physical energy to be volunteers. The rich may give financial donations, and then the propagation of Tao can be done very thoroughly. For those who can give both Dharma sharing and financial donations, they are wise and blessed. Therefore, everyone should speed up to propagate Tao and develop the preciousness of Tao and educate the foolishness and confusion of sentient beings. Do not slow down or neglect this work. If you miss this opportunity, it will be too late to build up merits and virtues when the big disasters arrive. Remember last week, Virginia had the fifth admonitory sermon where Lao-Mu is talking about all the disasters and the calamities that will hit us at the end. That includes what? Fire, water, and wind. That wind is what? That wind is what?
Nuclear wind.
Fatal nuclear.
Yeah, the
They
nuclear,
say cosmic.
Well, I mean,
Cosmic
it
wind.
includes- It's radiation.
yeah, meaning what? The
Thousands of degree in temperature.
nuclear war. Okay, yeah, nuclear war.
Well,
Is it on the news?
49 days.
On the news today, they are talking about all these threats from what? North Korea with the missiles.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool in the Bible, right? In Genesis, right? The flood, right? The story of the flood. It says, but they reigned for 49 days and nights. You know that? About 40. So, and then,
It's also
so
49.
now God, in this one, God says there will be 49 days of
Dark.
Darkness.
Yeah.
It's,
Darkness.
It's interesting.
Okay.
This
49.
49 is universal because it's also very often observed number. Like, you know, there's someone in the family who passed away.
Yeah, that's.
The
Yeah, you
memorial
mourn for
is- the mourning
49 days.
continues
Yeah.
for
That
49
number,
days.
that number is prevalent in all different cultures. It's very interesting.
Okay, so be just now we know what kind of calamity is gonna hit. We cannot waste any more time. Okay, and everyone can receive the Tao. It doesn't matter whether you're poor or rich or a man or a woman, no matter what gender, no matter what color of our skin, no matter what country we're from, huh? Or no matter what religions we're in. Okay, everybody is equal. So everybody can receive the Tao. Okay. So if we are poor, we can contribute our time and our efforts in helping with the Tao. If we are wealthy, we can contribute money. Okay. So this Tao needs every contribution there is for it to be propagated well and far and wide. All right. So never look down at us, ourselves. Never think that we cannot do it. We can do anything we wish. If there is a will, there is a way. So if we don't have the money, it doesn't matter. Okay. We can put in a little effort, like helping to clean the temple, helping during Tao ceremonies, helping whenever there is cooking help, help in the kitchen. Whenever we have classes, you can come in and help. So that,
Wanna write,
or yeah,
spread the word.
yeah, or that's the next paragraph. Okay, so we can always help. All right, Virginia took one step ahead of us. She's talking about writing. So Lao-Mu says, those who are capable of writing should do their best to write Tao-related articles or publish Tao preaching books to spread and propagate Tao. For those who are not good at writing, you should help with all the necessary work or contribute your physical energy to give service. Everyone is fulfilling his or her vow, so long as he or she is making an effort for Tao propagation. Whether it is done by labor or finance, when all are doing something this way, everyone can reach Buddhahood. The grace of heaven is boundless and unselfish, and his virtue covers everything, right? So like Virginia said, we can help to write. So if we're good in English, we are good in creative writing, we can write articles, okay? Or our experience in the Tao so far. We can write and distribute to friends and family or to other people that are outside that are lost and foolish. So you may help to awaken them, okay? So, or like I had said before, we can serve, okay, by putting in our time and effort. So like what Asim does every morning to set up the temple, make the coffee, set up the chairs, okay? These are all things that we can do to help. After lunch, some people mop the floor, sweep the floor, dust everything, the shelves, okay? It's endless, okay? Nobody's going to tell us to do chores. It's all up to each individual. If you do, you will gain. If you don't do, you will have nothing. That's all, right? It's up to the individual. If we are lost, we can ask somebody, what can I do to help? If you don't do, when we return to heaven, we have no merits. Merits will earn us a longer length of time in heaven or a higher position, whatever, but we don't think like that, okay? So everybody needs merit to return. There's only two things we can bring back. One is our merit and one is our sin. We cannot bring our house and our wealth with us. Only two things, merits and sin. So now that we are healthy and well, we should start earning our merits, okay? So whatever we do for the Tao is considered a merit. Even a smile is a merit. So put on that smile every single minute of the day, even though you feel miserable inside. Okay? Always, always smile.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay? Makes people happy.
It also helps our health. There's a scientific study that indicates that when we smile heartily, right, not fake smile, then our body discharges very good chemicals.
Yeah.
Really boosts our immunity.
Yeah. And also good fortune will follow you when we smile. It attracts all positive energy. And it's a chain reaction. You smile to one person, and the next person will smile to the next person, and so on and so forth. Give a smile to everybody.
No
Okay.
exchange.
Not during the class.
Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. Speaking of those who are propagating Tao with their true hearts, they are unselfish, without the intention of gaining reward. Even the leader of a Tao society will not do anything unusual to get some advantages. The reason why Tao cultivators are making every effort wholeheartedly is because of their great vows to save sentient beings. If there should be people who are doing something in the names of Buddhas or Bodhisattvas to benefit their own material daily life, they will be punished by heaven as retribution. Therefore, Tao cultivators' original intentions are nothing but the sincerity to save the world and to work for the great Tao and sentient beings. Even Buddha, saints, and sages descended to the secular world to support and help with the Tao propagation and suffered all kinds of hardships and trials because they all took my order and instruction to guide and bring children back home. Okay. So when we are cultivators, okay, we should do everything sincerely without any intention of gaining rewards, okay? So everything we do, we should do it for the Tao only, in terms of only one mission, to save sentient beings. If we are using the Buddhas or the Bodhisattvas' names to gain personally, then we will be punished by heaven. What does that mean? That means, for example, if we are in the temple and we are using this temple, okay, or we are using the name of a Buddha, okay, to distribute our business cards to other people, or to to build up our business, to start collecting customers for ourselves, for our business, then we are using the Buddha's name or the Bodhisattva for our personal gain. Then heaven will punish us. So in other words, when we are in the temple, we do not distribute business cards. Okay, you can do this outside the temple. We do not talk about our business. Okay, and start to make more business for yourself. This way, okay, heaven will not punish us. Okay, so also right now, the saints and Buddhas and sages have come down into this world to help with the Tao propagation. They also have to go through a lot of hardships and trials. We are also humans in this secular world. We also all will be going through a lot of hardships and trials. Please do not let any hardship or test, okay, fail us from cultivating the Tao. If something happened to us, we just think about it and think of it as a test and let it go. Do not let these hardships stop us from coming to the temple or from cultivating, because who will be on the losing end? No one but ourselves. Okay? If somebody hurt us or says something to us, we have to think, okay, that was a test. I will be stronger and I will get over it. Okay, we will become better people through every hardship, through every test. So don't look at it as something that is negative. So heaven has to test those that are sincere or not. So heaven is also testing to see we are qualified to do what we have to do. So with the sincerity of our heart and mind, and with perseverance, okay, we can overcome all these hardships and tests. Okay? So don't let, yes, Jill.
Okay, so we don't distribute business cards and talk about our own business at the temple. But if it's something that we know about the person and then other people wanted to help the other people, would that be all right?
Let's say a person is sick and you have a good doctor in mind. So then you can just say, oh, why don't you, go to this doctor that is trying to help the person with the illness. That's fine. But let's say if you have a business and you want to promote your business and you're passing around your own business card. That is not okay. And let's say you want to promote your business and you're trying to talk to people in your conversation from the Tao into your own personal business, that is also not okay.
Let's say if you know this person is a contractor and something going on,
You
that
can
you
say-
can ask for help. If that person agrees to help, that's okay, right? That's like a mutual.
Or to be safe, to be on the safe side, you say, let me call you tonight and I'll give you the information. That's fine. You understand? Or let me text you the information. That's fine. But don't do like business transactions or any type of things in the temple. To be on the safe, to protect ourselves. Okay? You can always text them the message. Okay? And nowadays it's so easy. You can take a picture at home, take a picture, and text them the card. Okay, we have to protect ourselves. Right? Anybody else have a question or want to ask something? Okay. Or if somebody do you know of a good contractor? You say, oh, let me call you tonight and I'll talk to you about it. That's all. A phone call is so easy, rather than to do it in the temple. Okay, in the temple, we should talk mostly about the Tao, okay? Or if somebody has a personal problem, that we can help them with, that's fine. But other things we should talk about outside of the temple. Especially no gossip, okay? No gossip. We shouldn't be gossip in the daily life. Right? That should not be in our life. Okay, now the next paragraph. Indisputable evidence can prove true heavenly Tao. It cannot be casually depicted by false words. I, Lao-Mu, guarantee that my children can reach Buddhahood or enlightenment once you have pledged to fulfill your holy missions to propagate Tao. If this heavenly Tao is not true, then I will be responsible for your great vows. This is by no means to cheat you. I am not giving this admonitory sermon to increase your sins when you fail to practice it. But then why am I saying this now? Because even if I am spending all effort to give advice, the confused are still feeling puzzled, slandering the preciousness of heavenly Tao. Today, if you can seize this wonderful opportunity to establish merits and build up virtues, you will reach the holy accomplishment in heaven and enjoy the great bliss there. How happy and carefree it can be. Okay. So, this heavenly Tao is the truth, and Lao-Mu is not cheating us. Okay. So a lot of people are still confused and don't believe, or after they receive the Tao, they still go to study their own religions without even putting their foot back into the temple to learn. So these are all confused and foolish people. All right? So this Tao is the source of everything. Why not learn from the source instead of going to religions? So this is the source, and Lao-Mu is giving us this great opportunity to learn and to cultivate. So a lot of people are still saying bad things about this Tao, so because they are very confused. Okay, so we have to cherish this opportunity to build up our merits and virtues, and that's how we can all return back to heaven. My children, kindle your spirit, be courageous and march forward fearlessly. The spiritual life in heaven will be accomplished through your physical life, though your physical life be sacrificed. True cultivation needs firm aspiration. It will be of the greatest benevolence to set up Tao temples, save sentient beings, and help them to reach the accomplishment of transcending the bitter sea. Furthermore, do your best to develop the propagation of Tao and sow the seeds in virgin land. This is also an incomparable merit indeed. If you can follow my instructions and develop the propagation of Tao, guiding people to receive Tao, I, Lao-Mu, will surely order all the Buddhas to help you with the utmost merit of Tao propagation. Okay, so right now, okay, we have to sacrifice a lot of our personal time and personal life for the Tao, but it will be worth it at the very end. If you were here for a few weeks ago, I had covered the class on the benefits of establishing a Tao temple. Okay, if you miss it, you can go back to the recording and listen to the benefits. All right, so when all these calamity hit us, okay, those that are in a Tao temple will be the first one that will be saved by heaven. Okay, so think of how important this Tao temple is. So those of you that have even the tiniest little spot in your home, okay, you can set up a temple. All right, this will not only save you, it will also save all the people in the whole neighborhood, a lot of the sentient beings. Okay, so we must hurry up and propagate the Tao, especially to areas that do not know about the Tao. So time is of the essence right now. So everybody just put on your rollerblades and speed it up. Skiing, okay? So next paragraph. Now the gospel of Tao transmission is still not widely known to the world. This is the right time and an excellent opportunity for everyone to propagate Tao, to establish wondrous merits and become a distinguished Tao cultivator. Everyone should choose the proper time and proper place to guide people in flexible and cautious ways to receive Tao, to follow the truth. Heaven is selecting the truly distinguished sages and virtuous silently. This heavenly selection is in progress secretly. Who can really understand it? What does that mean? Selecting the truly distinguished sages and virtuous silently. Because right now we are at the end. So heaven, all the Buddhas and saints in heaven are selecting all the people that are qualified to remain in this world at the end. Okay, so heaven is doing it silently and secretly. So this is what heaven is talking about. Next paragraph. If you want to imitate the saints and sages to become a Buddha, you need to accomplish it with a strong will and persevering diligence. Thus, you will be one of the candidates of the heavenly selection of 3,600 saints and 48,000 sages. All those who have this aspiration will have the opportunity and receive the blessing. On the other hand, those who are not willing to march forward or move with a slow movement will eventually lose this opportunity and no accomplishments can be reached. By then it will be in vain, even if you regret it and crying with many tears. Therefore, see clearly and realize thoroughly this opportune time and wonderful affinity. Follow me, Lao-Mu, returning to the heavenly home. Those who do not know this timing clearly and are suspicious will have difficulty to escape from the catastrophe. I wish all my children can realize this opportunity. Hurry up to march forward, spreading and propagating this truth heavenly down. Okay, so now what we had talked about from the previous paragraph, heaven is secretly selecting all those that are worthy to remain. And there will be 3,600 saints and 48,000 sages, okay, that will be bestowed by God, okay. And those who are starting late or are hesitant to move forward, okay, at the end of the catastrophe, it will be too late and it will be useless. All right? So if we know how important this timing is, we must hurry up and help Lao-Mu propagate the Tao to earn our merits and to cultivate ourselves and help others to cultivate. Okay? So this ends the sixth admonitory sermon of Lao-Mu. Any questions from anybody? Or any comments? No comments? Kai, you want to say something?
No, I think you said very good.
Oh, well, so we have to wake up now, okay? The alarm has sounded. Wasn't there a song like that? The alarm has sounded. Wake up, okay? We have to do what we have to do. Do not lazy off. Do not just leap the time away, okay? And do not just doodle in our own personal stuff. Wake up and start propagating that down. Bring families and friends, cultivate ourselves to come to class and learn, to practice what we learn, and to start earning those merits. So then we can all return home together. But when we earn the merits, do not even think about it as a merit. Just think about helping God, that's it. If somebody says, oh, you must have a lot of merits. No, I don't. I don't have any merits. Okay? Somebody said that to me a few months ago. I was shocked. I said, what? I don't have any. Okay? Now this person is not what? It's not thinking wisely. All right? So we do not think like that. Don't think about it. Just do it. And do it to the best of our ability. Okay? So wake up. Don't walk sleeplessly through the day. Just do it. And do it with vigor and energy. And then the Buddhas will help us. Okay? If that positive energy is our mind, the Buddhas will be right at our side to help us propagate. Okay? And don't think if it's too hard or anything. Nothing is too hard for us. Don't underestimate ourselves. We can do anything we want, as long as you want to. But if you don't want to, nobody can push you either. Okay? So you have to want to do it.
See, well, that's the thing. You have to want to do it. But how many of us has that? You want to do it.
We have to motivate ourselves.
That's the thing. That's another thing. You know, you see there's a potential of that person, but then unfortunately you also see the other side of that person. It's not.
刘讲师 in the Buddha nature says, do not give up on anybody.
That's true.
Not on anybody. Even if somebody received the Tao 10 years ago, never came back, do not give up on that. Okay, once in a while still keep in touch. Okay? So never give up on anybody. Even if somebody is so stubborn they refuse to come to the temple to receive. Once in a while you should still bring it up.
I'm actually talking about my own mother.
Your mother already is.
It's you know, like I will call her once in a while and I'll try to remind her, remember that audio, you know, just take some time and, you know, listen to it. But I know that she spent a lot of time watching news instead, you know, like, so that's just a little disappointing.
We all have bad habits. Every one of us. Okay, we all have bad habits. So we cannot keep nagging them about them watching too much or anything. And they are the generation above us. We have to respect them too. Okay? Once in a while we can awaken them. But don't do it every minute you see them. Then they don't want to see you anymore.
I'll text her.
Yeah, you can.
Did you do this?
And then she turn off her phone. Okay? Now we have to respect them. Like even my parents, okay, I was never able to get them to. My mother was fine, but my dad I could never get him to budge. My mother was okay, yeah. They're senior, they're tired. You have to put yourself in their shoes.
So, Dad, do you want to spend some time listening to this? No. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, they don't want to listen, but every time you see them, you teach them a little bit about the principle. Okay? You can teach them, because we always think of what happened to us in the past. It's non-stop. Try to tell them not to think about.
I try not to teach, but I act. I will do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Take
put
an example.
Example.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's good. Okay? Be patient with them.
You like encourage them to like eat vegetarian on the
Right.
first and 15th.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
Gradual.
doing it, gradually.
Yeah,
then
sure.
Get them used to,
Right.
like
But you
that.
know, when my other sibling showed up, you know, like this time we went to Taiwan to celebrate his birthday, and my other sister, she, you know, she's not a vegetarian. So when we go to the restaurant, we try to accommodate. But anyway, it was hard. It was really hard to sit at the same table and then you have like meat on one side.
I know.
Oh,
It
And
is
it's
hard
really
because I'm
hard.
in that same situation.
it's really
But
hard.
we have to tolerate it.
Yeah.
You have to close your eyes. Don't look at their food. Okay, just look at their person. Talk to them. You still have to mingle with them. Because if you don't get involved in their meals, they will never keep in touch with you.
Even they cook themselves, you know, and my aunt would try to cook 2 different meals, one vegetarian, the other one is, you know. But then you kind of like wondering, did you cook vegetarian first or you cook meat first? You know,
Well, you know what you do?
You can still smell the non-vegetarian stuff in the food.
So,
Not only
I
that,
know, it's just
before you
hard.
go, you have to teach them. When they stir the meat dish, do not use the same ladle or the chopstick to
another
stir your
thing.
food. You're gonna
Yeah.
teach them.
That's
They don't
another
know.
thing. When the dish is on the table, okay, everyone's using their own chopstick, or you have a separate chopstick or spoon to do different dishes. So you know there are little details, and it's hard to share that with everyone because not everybody's going to agree what you
So
think.
you explain to them what not to do and what not to use, and that's vegetarian. Because a lot of people don't know what vegetarian is.
You can yell at.
Huh?
You get yelled at being too detailed to non-vegetarian people.
Well, no, talk to them in advance. Don't talk to them the day of the dinner. Okay, time's up. So I thank you for your attention. If I say anything wrong, I ask God and all the things that we do.